Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our channel, Red Bull Coffee and Crime. Today, we have on panel my adopted son, Lawrence. Hey,
Hello.
Lawrence. And Garnett. Uh,
Hello.
how are you guys doing today?
I'm not bad. Thinking about the freaky deakiness of cryptids and all of the
I know
scary nutsos and getting
you're.
my tinfoil hat ready.
That's what Arctic tells me all the time. You need a tinfoil hat, and it's hysterical. But you know,
True, we need them.
I
We
know
should make some merch.
this. So, huh?
We should make some merch for it
Right?
to start mass producing tinfoil hats.
There's a creator, and I forgot her name. I think Arctic said her name before, but she wears a tinfoil hat and she has merch about it and
Fuck
shit.
yeah.
Arctic said, "Shit, Lexi needs a tinfoil house." Oh my god!
You
I,
never know what the government's doing. Oh
yes,
wait, I can say that.
they're watching us. They are watching
Hello, Mr. FBI man.
us. Arctic could be the FBI man. Were you sent here just to spy on?
Spy.
But no, you guys, we're gonna go over. If you guys have not heard of cryptid creatures, uh,
Yeah.
I am just gonna read this thing, and then we're gonna talk about a few creatures and Lawrence's experience with some. It's just gonna be, a different live, something to take our minds off of all this, uh, these horrible, heartbreaking crimes that we usually do. So,
Expand your minds.
yes, yes. Um, Cryptids are animals that cryptozoologists believe may exist somewhere in the wild, but are not recognized by science. Cryptozoology is a something, I don't even know this word, pseudoscience,
Yeah.
which
Pseudo.
pseudoscience,
Yeah.
which primarily looks at anec oh my gosh, anecdotal stories, anecdotal. I don't know. And other claims rejected by the scientific community, while biologists regularly identify new species following established scientific method, methodology.
Yes.
I
That
can't
way.
say big words, okay? Cryptozoologists focus on entities mentioned in the folklore, record, and rumor. Um, that may be considered cryptids by cryptozoologists include Bigfoot, Yeti, the Chupacabra. Isn't that the Chewbacca? They're just called-
Chupacabra. It's a Mexican cryptid that is literally named blood-sucking goat eater, I believe.
oh my god!
How do you not know that, Lexi?
Because never, I don't know. I
The
like I
chu- the chupacabra takes the form of a coyote or something that looks like a coyote that has been
oh yeah,
endowed in mange.
I've
The
heard.
reason the reason that they think that this exists is because multiple sheep and other animals have been found with holes in their necks and blood completely drained, but nothing else touched.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't know that. I know I've heard of those. I heard it the other day somewhere. Maybe it's the one that you sent me, the article. I don't know. But the Jersey Devil, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Mokoli Membi.
The biggest one that most people would know about would be Bigfoot, skinwalkers, wendigos, and such. It goes on for forever.
Yeah, those are the ones that I've heard of. Um, Scholars have noted that the cryptozoology of subculture rejected mainstream approaches from an early date, and that often express uh, hostility to mainstream science. Scholars have studied cryptozoologists and their influence. Noted parallels in cryptozoology and other, such as ghost hunting and ufology, and highlighted uncritical media of cryptozoologist claims. All right. So those are a lot of big words I've never used.
I
But that's,
bet most people did not know that cryptozoology was a thing.
yeah, I didn't know. Hey Christina, thank you for joining us. Oh, you are the expert here, Lawrence. What creatures do you want to go over first?
The first one that I would like to go over, which I believe would be one of the most known, would be the Mothman. I would like to get him out of the way.
All right.
Um, from my knowledge, Mothman has been sighted a lot in a certain area that I don't remember. um,
It's in West Virginia.
yes, and
Moth-
uh, there's multiple different accounts, usually glowing red eyes in the night, taking a human-esque shape with moth wings and claw hands and arms and feet and all claws and scary. Um, there has been people who, if they do not believe in cryptids, say that it is a certain type of bird that lives in the West Virginia area that could be definitely seen as Mothman due to the red glowing eyes that it does have.
huh.
I personally believe that we do not know enough about this Earth, and yes, it could be explained by a bird, but it could also be anything in the world. We've only explored 5% of our ocean. How much do we really know about our world?
The Mothman shows up to sort of predict a major tragedy. Um, the first sightings were, and I don't have like the name of the town, but there was a bridge that collapsed, and he was sighted around that bridge collapsing. There's actually a movie, and I can't remember the name of it now.
I'm
Well,
looking
the Mothman prophecies, yes, that's one of the movies that you can find on him.
at the
And
Mothman movies.
speaking on that note, in that incident, multiple people had stated that when they saw this creature, it had telepathically told them to do not go near this bridge. This bridge is dangerous, and if you go there, it was threatening their lives, but not really. If you go there, you will die. So it sounded like a threat, but it people foresight is only 2020, and when that bridge collapsed, from what I know, there were zero casualties because no one was on that bridge.
Huh. So that was, you said that was the first sighting?
It was like the biggest amount of sightings was during that time where the bridge was going to collapse, and just before the bridge collapsed, they had seen this, and it was like the most prevalent sighting of Mothman.
Because, like, I see here on November 15th, 1966, two young couples from Point Pleasant,
Yep.
Roger and Linda Scarberry, and Steve and Mary Millette, told police that they had seen a large white creature whose eyes glowed red standing at the side of the road near the TNT area, the site of a former World War II plant. Linda Scarberry described it as a slender, muscular man about 7 feet tall with white wings, and said that she was unable to discern its face due to the hypnotic effect of its eyes. Distressed, the witnesses drove away at speed and said the creature flew after their car, making a screeching sound. It pursued them as far as the Point Pleasant city limits. During the next few days, other people reported similar sightings. After local newspapers reported it, two volunteer firemen who saw it said it was a large bird with red eyes. Um,
That's what they want us to think.
I've never heard of this. That is crazy. Um,
And like I said, that does make sense. If it were a bird, the bird could have been confused. But if my thought process on it is, if this bird had followed this car, why would it be back there again?
yeah. And how do you mix up a huge and
7 foot tall standing
yeah,
person.
yeah. That doesn't make sense at all. He looks creepy. I don't know what I would do if I saw him. It reminds me of the Jeepers Creepers dude.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. Yeah.
It does. Oh my god. Um.
He goes along with something that I have seen throughout my almost my entire life until recently. I have not seen him anymore. Something that I would call the Owl Man used to terrorize me. Basically, I would see it every night. Um,
Oh, I'm about
it,
to
it-
look at the Owl Man right now. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Owl.
The Owlman is what Lawrence called it. It was just a creature that he seen.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. 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 So, oh yeah. Sorry for interrupting. All right.
it's all right. This figure stood about, I would say, 7 foot. If when it was not crouched, I would see it stand outside, but it would crouch near my bed, and I
Oh,
would wake up paralyzed with fear, staring into these red eyes, unable to move.
holy shit.
Yes. This went on for it lessened when my brother passed, so I do believe that either I hallucinated the Mothman or he was coming to me and telling me that there was something going to happen and giving me these signs, and I just never realized what it was.
Yeah.
I've
'Cause
also got like a weird way of understanding the world in which I can sense stuff before the gut feeling, like I can sense something bad is going to happen before it happens, and
you're like
uh,
you're just yeah. You're like me. I can do that as well. Um. It's insane. How
we're
many?
just extremely in tune with the world and the earth beneath us, and if something, the most minor thing is off, we can feel it.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, if it's okay, we can move on from this one. That was my experience with that.
And how many times do you think you said you saw it? Like,
Saw it. I saw it almost every night until my brother passed, and then the sightings became less and less once he passed.
oh my gosh.
Like I said, I would wake up in the middle of the night, paralyzed. Well, in like a paralyzed state because of the immense fear that I felt from it.
Uh,
But I would always talk in my head towards it. I could never say anything out loud to it, but I would always be like, "What do you want? Do something, anything. Am I insane?"
and it just didn't do anything. It just
Nope.
standing
It's
over you. For,
staring longingly.
oh my god, I would, I would have flipped out. Uh,
um, yeah, that's all I have to say about him. Other than like I see him occasionally, once every blue moon if I'm super like have that really bad gut feeling that something has happened. I will see him, and the last time that happened was when my grandfather passed, and my mom was going down and seeing them, and I had this really bad gut feeling, and I wanted to go, but the circumstances would not let me. So
Oh my gosh. Huh. Well, that sounds really interesting, though. Like, why? I wanted to come visit me now.
no, you don't.
I really do. Like all these people. All right, Christina, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a little bit. Um, all these people that have seen these sightings or even had any kind of uh, alien interaction. I'm like, why can't that just be me?
You don't want it most of the time. Most of the time, it's not good.
I'd rather them take me than be on this cruel, cruel earth. Okay, I want to go live with the aliens.
I felt that. I would rather be living and chilling with a bunch of aliens, but
Right?
sadly, those are not our circumstances.
No. All right. So the next one
We can move on to another well-known one, the Skinwalkers. I think I sent that to you.
is Skinwalker. Um, I don't know if we want to play this video that I have to. Oh, hold on. I'll go look at our thing and pull that up. Um,
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you play the video, then you have time to search for that and get all the ducks in order.
yeah. Where did the video go? According to Skinwalkers. Okay. Um. Oh. Okay. Well. Oh wait. Skinwalkers.
You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Serial killers, strange disappearances, unexplained mysteries, terrible disasters. I'm Nate Hale, and in my show, The Conspirators, I'm here to tell you all the stories from history your teacher never told you about. Hear the real story behind the Bermuda Triangle, or about the serial killer operating in Nazi-occupied Paris, or what dark secret lurked within the walls of a Scottish castle. Listen to The Conspirators on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
In Navajo lore, there's one creature so terrifying that the Navajo themselves rarely dare to even utter its name. That creature is the Skinwalker, also called Yid Nardloshi, or with it, he goes on all fours. It's perhaps the most bone-chilling monster in the entirety of Native American mythology. However, the Skinwalkers aren't actually monsters at all. They're people, often former healers or medicine men who've crossed over into darkness. Able to transform into animals and wear their skins, Skinwalkers are said to be pure evil, capable of spreading disease, disaster, and death.
Okay, I found it. I found it. View tab. You can see. Okay, there we go. This was the one that you sent, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, the Navajo Skinwalkers. Um, so they disguise themselves, or what do they say? It's a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn it into, possess, or disguise themselves as animals.
This is usually done by the healers of Native American tribes who have done such and such extremely bad stuff, such as cannibalism and other horrendous acts of violence against others to allow themselves to craft these or gain the powers of transformation. They are usually transformed into coyotes or mountain lions that would be seen, not maybe not mountain lions, more like bobcats or lynxes in areas of the Navajo community.
Hmm.
And like your little snippet said, they would usually come and cause major droughts that did not allow crops to grow, infectious, horrendous plagues that would go through and slaughter countless lives and such like that. These are now more known for like more of like an entertainment value now, which is sort of sad. Uh, a lot of the TikToks that I see and shit are like, ooh, look at this scary monster. It could be a skinwalker, but it's they the main difference between uh the skinwalker itself and animals that you would be able to see is that instead of glowing like their eyes, whenever you flash a light into an animal's eyes, they glow for a second. They don't do that. Instead, the pupils dilate like a human's and show up reddish color due to the light.
Huh. And it says they kill out of greed, anger, and envy. Hold on, let me go back. I can't see it. I can't blow it up. Anger, envy, spite, or revenge. It also robs graves for personal wealth and to collect much needed ingredients for use in black magic. The first time I heard about these is Thomas knows about this case as well, and so does Garnett. We we had a case where Arctic Garnett. Do you remember the mom that her son just disappeared? He went walking. You know,
I know the case you're talking about. I can't remember his name,
and I
but yes.
we had those pictures she sent. I probably do have them, but she was saying that she saw skinwalkers and because her brother just disappeared, like out of thin air, basically. Like no,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Um, Let me go back and see. You could continue, but I'm gonna look for these pictures because
All right. I do want to say that a common uh misunderstanding of skinwalkers is the difference between skinwalkers and doppelgangers. I've seen a few TikToks that sort of make it seem like they're sort of the same thing.
mhm.
Doppelgangers are not the same. They will A doppelganger is more likely to take the shape of you or someone you know,
Oh,
use their voice to trick you so that they can then kill you and use your body. Skinwalkers do not take the forms of other humans. They do not verbalize. If if they talk, they do not sound human. It's more of like a gurgle than a talk. Whereas doppelgangers have full range of vocalizations and are able to use our vocal cords as they were and almost perfectly mimic uh, the voice of someone you know or love.
that is really scary.
Yes.
Oh my
I
god.
did not send you anything on doppelgangers because I did not think we would get into that, but I forgot that that is a very, very, very common miscommunication.
Hold on, let me see. This lady, and I can't remember if it was the mom or the sister that sent it. So I'm looking, and it might even be on my old Facebook. But she did send pictures, and she said that there were several sightings of them in their area. And I'm just like, I mean, if you've heard these people anyways, you would be like, they're a little. But hey, you never know.
Yeah.
And the
And
circum.
it doesn't help that skinwalkers, because they are witches, are able to affect the mind in certain ways for their benefit, which could cause someone to seem or sound hysterical or like make them less believable so that they can get the most opportunity out of whatever they are doing.
Holy shit. Um, oh, here's okay. I don't know if this is the right daughter, and I even might have. Oh, here it is. Let me share this. I don't know if you guys can see it. So these are the pictures. She said this creature in the picture. I have two pictures. Is in our area by Bryan, Ohio, and that is. Do you see that?
Yeah, I can see it in the bottom picture better.
Yeah. She said it's been 5 days since I left my house. I have enough food and water for a couple of weeks, but why aren't they leaving? Why are they still here? They already took my family and my neighbors. I guess one of her neighbors disappeared as well. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't know what to think because I don't know what they
I
look.
am sure if this is a case of skinwalkers, it would be they are luring them off to get the vital body parts because usually the body parts need to be fresh in order to continue to allow themselves to take this form of the animal and grant themselves the wealth or revenge or envy that they need because of their motives.
Arctic said doppelgangers. Gangers. I believe in. I know I have one out there because people come to me thinking they're seen me somewhere and I don't know them at all. I have that happen all the time, and I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Doppelgangers are much harder in Criptid to deal with for me because it causes me existential crises. But
um,
they are, in my opinion, one of the more scarier cryptids out there to deal with because, in all honesty, there's no way to deal with them. Um, your options are run, hide, and hope.
oh,
So if you ever let's hope not, because there's also timeline issues with seeing your own doppelganger and being able to do that. But I have actually a story that I don't think my mom knows about where I saw their doppelgangers and was actually pretty worried.
wait, what?
It,
Hold
it could have it could have been someone else, but they looked almost identical to my mom and father if they were 20 to 30 years younger.
on, holy shit! Let me share this one. Then. So it's a um, it's German folklore, and it's a sky a wraith or apparition. I don't know. I can't read it.
Apparition.
Apparition of a living person as distinguished from a ghost. The concept of the existence of a spirit double, an exact but usual invisible replica of every man, bird, or beast, is an ancient and widespread belief. To meet one's double is a sign that one's death is imminent. Imminent. The doppelganger became a popular symbol of horror literature, and the theme book took on considerable complexity. Da da da. Okay, so these people they come up to you and they're like dressed as people that you know.
And sort of kinda. It's more like they actually take the shape and physical form of the person.
Hmm. And so you've had that happen.
Yes, I have never seen my doppelganger, and I will knock on wood because I do not ever want to.
Oh my gosh. I want to kind of see like people's experiences as well. Uh, related content.
while you look for that, I do want to say that there is like a common belief between cryptozoologists and like the people who believe in cryptids that when you hear your name be called and you know that there's no possible way that like say your mom called for you and she had passed or something or is not home, that it is the doppelganger trying to trick you into coming into the room with it so that it can take your life.
Holy shit.
If I ever hear my name be called and I know that it's not my mom or dad and I know that it couldn't have been them because they aren't home or whatever, I didn't hear it.
Oh, that is scary. That is really creepy. Um, there's a couple of them. A fake mom beckoning her daughter away. When I was 9, I stayed home sick from school. I distinctly remember that I wasn't actually sick, simply playing hooky to avoid bullying. Kids are cruel. As I did that a lot around that age, I awoke from a nap, turned on the TV in our living room, and scrolled through some channels when my mother suddenly leaned over the bar and stared at me without saying anything. I had been awake for a few minutes at this point, so I can't rightly blame sleep paralysis for all of this. Now, whatever this thing was, it was entirely identical to my actual mother. It sounds weird to describe, but it's as if the only difference was that this thing pretending to be my mom had never felt a single emotion in its life. It was unsettling. It beckoned me, and I attempted to talk to her as I would my mother. She kept beckoning, refused to answer, and that's when I sensed something horribly wrong. Naturally, started screaming at this thing to answer me. It just kept beckoning. I bolted, running out of the room and into the yard, yelling for help. My mother, the real one, had been working in the yard and came rushing over. I told her what I'd just seen, and she soothed me with easy explanations that it must have been a fever dream. But thankfully stayed by my side the rest of the afternoon as I was a nervous wreck. Like, there's a lot of stories. Doppelgangers that refuse to speak. Both times that my family experienced, is that how you say it, doppelgangers?
Yeah, doppelgangers.
Refused to respond when spoken to. The first was my sister's doppelganger, who my brother told to go downstairs for lunch. She did not answer. When my brother walked down the stairs, he instantly saw my sister actually wearing a different shirt. She couldn't have passed my brother so quickly because the staircase led directly to our dining area. The second was my own doppelganger, who stood at my door at 12 p.m., mute and staring at my sister, who was using the computer. I wasn't actually home until 4 p.m. later that day after school. My sister didn't know that until she asked me why I was just staring at her without emotion earlier around noon. That is creepy as fuck. That is so creepy. Hey, Airy Berry, how are you? I hope you and your wife are doing good. I've been praying for you guys. That's so scary.
Yeah, and there's actually more stories that than I thought that there would be. I thought I was just fucking insane, but now that's great.
I will send you this link so you can look at all these stories because it goes on and on and on. That is, oh,
Yeah.
hold on, Facebook, no. Yeah, I'm gonna send you this.
I don't think personally that I have had any more incidents of like doppelgangers in my life like that. Uh my friend has had uh instances too though where I would be staying at his house and he would see my shape in the doorway staring at him
And who was,
and
you said a
uh,
heart, uh, who was
it's my friend. His name is Blake and we've been friends since like middle school since I moved back to where I am currently.
And so what was it that happened?
He had seen me standing in the hallway, apparently just staring at him, and as soon as he tried, because he was getting worried, because he was talking to it, saying,
What
"What?
the
Why are you just standing there? Do you need something? Is something wrong?" So he got up and tried to go towards it, and it jetted down the hall, and that hallway is not big. So when he jetted down the hall and it was gone, he was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
That is so creepy. Do these things does it happen more in different states than other states?
I think it happens. So he, where he was for a while, was a very unfortunate place because there were Native American burial grounds like 20 to 40 feet into the woods away from his house.
Wow.
Hey guys,
Huh.
I am gonna get off of here because I gotta go find something to eat and see if I can get rid of this headache that's bugging me all day.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I
I
love
love
you.
you guys.
I will
Love
call
you.
you.
All right, I'm still gonna listen, but I'm just gonna get off and try to get rid of this headache.
Okay. Airy Berry said, I made a video 2 years ago on my main channel about the kids at my primary school. Said they saw me with another school. I was off with the flu. So they saw you at another school.
And he couldn't have been at either school because he was off. That's that's scary.
Airy Berry, what is your other channel? I didn't even know you had another channel. All right, so Skinwalkers. Which one out of all of these? You said the one that we went over. Was it Mothman? That's like one of the worst, or which one?
The one with the biggest story that I have behind it would be the last one that I've saved for last, which would be the Wendigo, which I also go into the rake about too. Um, and then the Wendy Boy along with that, because I am not sure which one I saw.
Oh my gosh. Wendigo. Let me see. Wendigo. So it's an evil spirit or originating from the folklore of plains and Great Lakes. Hold on. Is this what we're talking about?
Yes,
Okay. These things are freaking ugly as hell, scary as fuck, but I would love to
to
just to,
see one,
yes, I really would.
you
Can I
would not. They are even more terrifying in person.
Yeah, can you link the video? Do you mind me playing it? Like don't copy strike me. I have a
YouTube,
warning.
please.
Huh?
Said YouTube, please. I don't have the video of like that night that this happened.
Oh, I would say Airy Berry because he has the
Oh,
to where he had the experience.
ah,
So we could kind of watch that. That's kind of oh my gosh. Oh,
spooky.
it is. And so this hope it comes through. Okay. Um yeah, this Wendigo. That's a really scary looking dude.
Oh, I do also want to say that the Skinwalker and the Wendigo names are not the true names of these animals, these cryptids. Most people will not actually say the true names of these because of the belief that if they say this name, it will cause it. You basically pinged yourself.
So what are the names?
Um, I do not know because I refuse to look into that because I am also a believer of if I were to say its true name that I would also be pinged and then that is imminent death.
Uh, now I'm gonna have to do some research. And I'm gonna see. It's letting me link. If you type in Airyberry, my oh yeah, cause okay. Um, hold on. You type in Airyberry, my doppelganger, it will come up. Okay, let me do that real quick. Airyberry, Airyberry.
So while you do that, I do want to explain this because I do not know what I saw. It could be the three things that I've listed: the Wendigo, the Rake, or the Wendy boy that I've just learned of. But this thing had was completely white from my memory. It was completely white. On all fours, the legs were too long for its body. It was misshapen and weird, and its eyes were black, like soulless. Like the pupils did not have anything behind it.
Oh my god.
It had this black, like spiky, almost hair-like texture on its scalp, going down the ridge of where our spine would be. If it were a human standing on all fours, going down to its ass crack.
What? Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, I can't multitask. I'm trying to find this video. Hold on. Shit. Can I make you, if I make you a mod, you can do the link, right? Uh, let me make you a mod so you can put that link in here for us. The link, right?
I will
Uh,
be right back.
okay. Add as standard moderator. Okay, I think you can do it, right? So, what are your thoughts on all of this? Like, I know Lawrence has a lot of, he's seen a lot of these creatures. I haven't had any experience with any of them, but I do definitely believe in them. I don't know a lot about them. As besides the skinwalkers and Bigfoot.
And that's my goal, is to teach people more about these and just tell my stories of like what happened, and take it with whatever you want. If you want to take it with a grain of salt or take it with the entire palmful, go ahead. These
Hmm.
are just stories from my childhood and memories that I can remember of these, what sounds like fantastical creatures in them. Stuff from like storybooks and shit to scare kids.
Yeah, yeah, because it's definitely. I mean, a lot of people don't believe. Like in my our last video where we were talking about, you weren't there, but we were talking about the alien, this man that paints his whole life story, like that he's dealt with aliens his whole life. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people don't believe in any of that, but I don't. I don't know why people would just make up stories about these creatures. Like it doesn't make sense.
I take a lot of stuff with a grain of salt too, just because a lot of people make these like scary stories and shit for clout, and it really paints a really bad picture for the actual like cryptozoologists and people who have actually had instances of these issues.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then I will have to research the crypto or cryptozoologist, whatever.
Yeah,
I can't read today. I will have to definitely look into that because I didn't even know there was such a thing. Let me play this video real quick and then we'll go over some more.
Hi everyone. So sorry that I didn't get a chance to upload a video yesterday. I did put a tweet out and on my Facebook page and on Instagram to explain. There was a video I was actually editing and it was being a pain in the neck. And stupidly, I didn't have a reserve one ready for you. I am going to get that one done later today. But I just thought, because of last night, but also generally, I thought that I might just do a little mini vlog. Now, this is something that I was going to bed last night, and a memory came back to me, just spontaneously. Something I had thought about a few times over the years, but not really dwelt on much. My mum said to me one day that everyone in the world has a double. It's just how it goes. Everyone has someone who looks exactly like them. So we all have a doppelganger, apparently. And people get a bit freaked out by that. And I have personally never met my double. But when I was at primary school, pretty much my entire class claimed to have seen my double. Now, this is a bit strange because when I was 8 years old, my sister went to the same school as me, but then she actually left that school, and she went to a different primary school. And a few months later, I was off school for a week with the flu, so for a whole Monday to Friday. When I came back the following week, as you normally would do, first thing in the morning, you go into the playground and hang about before school starts. And while I was there, and what I found was a bit unusual because normally if you were off sick from school or whatever, people will come up to you and ask if you're all right or how are you or why weren't you there if they didn't know. But bear in mind, when I was a kid, there was no social media. We didn't even phone each other because parents didn't like their kids phoning each other because of the phone bill. So we very rarely saw each other outside of school. So one of my classmates just walked up to me and said, "Erin, did you go to your sister's school last week?" I said, "No." And she looked really confused and just walked off. I didn't think anything more of it. I'm not sure who broached the subject again, but I was told a story by several people, I think, in different bits, that what had happened was the Friday before the Monday when I came back, my class had gone swimming like they normally would do, and the sports centre, which I've mentioned before in a previous video, very close to my primary school, just in walking distance, is that after going swimming, they had a very rare treat of going on the swings and slides, which was right outside of the playground. I was a bit annoyed with that because it was very rare that we ever got a treat like that. And just to paint a little bit of a picture, is that so outside of the playground was a pathway, and on the other side of the pathway was a fenced-in play area. And on the other side of that was a sort of a not too steep, a sort of like a concrete bank going down into sort of like a ditch where there was a man-made stream. And on the other side of that was another pathway and a very steep embankment, which at one point would have been a natural formation, but over the years had been carved into brick and concrete pathways, zigzag, and stairs, and even a rock pool with banisters and everything and railings had been built into it. And at the top of that was a plateau with a path, and behind that was a big pond. Now, there are a few other schools in that area that used to use the same sports centre, and they would use those pathways or that route to get to the sports centre, so they would pass in front of the school. And my class were on the swings and slides, and they said that a school walked past, and they couldn't tell me which school it was though, but there was one girl who looked exactly like me. Now, from a distance, I wouldn't be that distinctive because I was just a small blonde child, but this person was close enough that they could see that she wore the same glasses as me, and I had big blue glasses. And she had exactly the same coat and satchel as me, was wearing a summer dress very similar to what we would wear,
at school, so it wasn't that distinctive. And of course, wearing a coat wouldn't be able to see any cardigan or jumper of a school uniform. Apparently the same shoes as well. They were that close that they could see that this person had the same shoes. Everyone in the class was convinced that this was me, to the point that they were standing there going, "It's Erin!" And they were waving, and this person actually waved back. And my thinking was, this is a case of mistaken identity, obviously, because I was not there. I was off sick. I did not go to another school. And plus, my sister's school was 7 miles away. So if I was going to go to another school for a week, strange, I certainly wouldn't go to my sister's one. And so I was saying to them, this was not me. I was off sick. But nobody was convinced by it. They were absolutely certain that this person was me. And they said, "Well, you waved." And I said, "But this person probably waved because you were waving at them and they wanted to be polite, like you normally do." And probably all the other kids waved as well. But apparently this person was very enthusiastic, and they were absolutely convinced it was me, to the point that the teacher seemed to be convinced. Yet she never said anything to the students, because my mum would have phoned him for me. She didn't say, "Well, no, Erin was off sick. She wasn't at another school," because the school would know if I'd gone to another school for a week. Some people do that as a trial. They go to another school for a day or two. And then I got so annoyed later on in that day with people confronting me about it. Someone said to me, "Oh, we saw you walking with another school." And I went, "It was not me." To the point that another person confronted me and accused me of lying, and was pointing in my face saying, "You waved. It was definitely you. She had exactly the same glasses, same hair. It was you." I was so pissed off by this point, but I ended up dropping the subject, and everybody else ended up dropping the subject eventually. It didn't seem after that point to be that important, because when you're a kid, things that happen as they happen become more and more important. But I did think about it over the years, and I was thinking, I really wish I'd stood up in front of the class and said, "For the record, I was off sick." I've got doctor's notes to prove that I was not at another school. But apparently they saw my doppelganger that day, and no one saw this person again. We did a few times go into the play area, and we did see other schools walk by in front of our house, but no one ever saw this person again. I don't know which school they were supposed to be from. I have a good idea though. But yeah, apparently I had a very local doppelganger. I never knew. But anyway, just a small little video, just as a filler. And I hope you're all well.
And I hope you're having a great new year. Happy 2021, everyone. Love, love, love. Bye-bye.
Wow. Okay. That's so insane.
It's very interesting. Like,
It
I
is.
never heard a story of like that, and sent me chills, got me chills. I've got goosebumps.
That is. And so there's some that, I mean, they don't do anything, right? They don't give emotion. They don't,
Yeah,
but they wave and oh, I'm so lost. I'm so lost. That was 30 years ago. Wow.
I do want to say this, and this video that I am referencing is 100% fake. It's just, to me, a very interesting idea of it, but this is 100% fake. I had done intense research into this and found the YouTube. I think it's Gemini. It's something Gemini Productions or something like that, but they had made this doppelganger video, and it's deeply unsettling. And you can see, so it's supposed to be a camping video, It's teaching you how to start a fire from scratch and teaching you basic survival skills, like something they would show Boy Scouts. And all of a sudden, you hear this loud scream, a man, like a blood-curdling scream. And the filmer stops and pans around, and there's this big open field, what looks to be like, I would say, some loggers came through and took down the trees, and it looks like maybe like a farmland way off. It might be in like he might have been doing it at a farm, it sort of looks like, but there was a patch of trees and he was in the trees, and he comes out of the trees a little bit, and he's looking around, and he spots something move, and he's like, what is this moving? So he zooms in, and you see this figure of what looks like a man, but you can't see any facial features, you can't see eyes. It's like a blank slate of what someone drawing a human would be. And so it's moving, and its movements are jerked and not right. It looks like sort of if you were playing a video game and you were lagging, it sort of looked like that. Its arms were jutting, and when it moved, it looked very uncomfortable, and this thing stops moving and looks sort of looks like it's looking at the sky, and just opens its mouth and screams.
Oh my god.
And this scream sounds like someone is in trouble, like a man is just got hit over the head and is screaming for help. So all you hear is, help me! And then it stops. And it goes, help me!
Oh,
But the thing is not making any, like, you can't see a mouth open, you can't see, it's not in trouble, it's not hurt, its arms are to its sides, like, I don't even know how to describe it, like, just to its sides, not flat against it, but out a little bit, as though you were trying to, like, fake a walk. Think of like a buff macho man, how you would imagine someone like that to walk. It was doing that.
huh.
And just stopping and screaming, help me! And the video was just, when I saw this the first time, it was deeply uncomfortable, and that's how I got dragged down into this doppelganger, into this like gigantic wormhole of, is this real, is this not real? Whoever made it did like really good at setting the atmosphere. The sun was setting, and it looked like it could have been real.
So, like, before, was that you watched that before or after you've had experiences? And then once you started researching, that's when you started getting those? Or,
I started to realize it more and more,
yeah,
that like some of the experiences I had were not regular. They
yeah.
were not, it was weird.
Oh, see.
Either way. that was, oh, that's intense. And thinking about that video, just like,
I was
oh,
I looked it up right now and I couldn't find, like you said, the Gemini Productions.
yeah, Gemini Production, Gemini Entertainment, something like that. I can look for it on my computer and see if I can find it. But while I am doing that, I would like to get into the Wendigo story, if that is.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
And this is, you guys, this is the Wendigo. Scary freaking dude.
So, Wendigos are also another part of Native American mythology. Give me a second. They, I believe, are another different type of witch that is more cannibalistically involved. The way that Native Americans believe that someone, because this can, from what I know, happen to anyone, where if you commit an act of cannibalism, that you will turn into this beast that has an insatiable amount of hunger and looks to feed on human flesh.
Ugh. Yeah, it says it's historically associated with cannibalism, murder, yeah, the greed, cultural taboos such as behaviors. It roughly translates, the name is the evil spirit that devours mankind. Mm,
I also found the YouTube channel I was talking about. It is called Gemini Home Entertainment. I'm
Gemini
trying to find the exact video.
home entertainment. Um, Gemini home.
Ronnie, stay.
So, what was your experience with the?
Oh, yes, sorry. So with this going into my story, I was about 9, 10 when this happened, and me and my friend both have this memory. My same friend, Blake, we have the same exact memory where, so we lived in a place called the Commons, which was like just like apartment buildings. The apartments were low to the ground, 2 to 3 stories of just bedding, bedrooms, and stuff like that. Housing, just different housings.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a forest to our right, which if you came out of one of the apartments and looked directly, we were surrounded in ones, but directly to the right, there was a patch of woods, and through that patch of woods, we could go to a child cemetery. And I'm not sure any of the background behind this child cemetery. I never really looked into it. Like I said, I was young in this, but we would go there and pay our respects to the children who had lost their lives and talk. And um, one night, me and my buddy Blake were headed back from the child cemetery, and we have to cross this big open field, and we cross the field, and we're coming in to the right of the houses. Now, where we come out at, we are maybe like 5 blocks down from where me and Blake were staying, because Blake was staying at my place, and we were like at the very end. So we come out of the woods, and the sun, we had headed back by the time the sun was setting, and the sun had almost completely set, if not completely set, by the time we made it back. And the street lights are on, and where I come out of the woods, and my buddy Blake had made it out before me, and he's looking at the top of this building, and it feels like forever in that moment when I think back to it, but it must have been only like 5 seconds that he was looking at this thing. And I look up and into this thing's eyes, and like I said before, giving the description of this thing had been sitting on the roof. It's like it was watching us and waiting for us to come back. Because as soon as I look up, I see this thing staring directly at us on all fours,
Oh,
really weird shaped. Like, it looks like a human body if we were crouched down on all fours, but like fucked up.
oh my.
The legs were too long for its body. Its arms were too short. It could have been because it was crouched, but its elbows came out and jutted into like weird spikes, like
Oh,
on the ends of it. And
holy shit.
I made eye contact with this thing, and all I hear from my buddy Blake is run. So we make it out of the woods. We see this thing, and we start just fucking booking it towards the house. And I swear on my life, I hear a like rah, and then like a puff of air out, and I feel it jump down, and the houses were a jump from that area, like it landed, would have definitely hurt a human. They aren't super big houses, but it would have broken a bone. This
Oh,
thing did not break any bones.
oh my God, no.
And we're running towards the house, and all I hear is
Oh,
of being fucking chased. Like, I can feel. If I had been any slower, I don't think I would be telling this story.
holy shit. And what'd you do? What
We
happened?
ran in, and we can see the door in sight, and we run through the door, and we shove our backs against this door, and we feel bam, it hits the fucking door, and it's pounding on this fucking door,
Hell no.
and
Hell
me
no.
and Blake are both holding it back, and Blake, I've got just enough power to get the door closed. Blake locks the door, and it's silent, like
Oh,
nothing happened.
God.
Like,
Oh, I bet you
absolutely nothing happened.
fucking curtains, locked all your windows that night, locked the doors.
Yeah, we sat that night. Blake did not go home at all. We sat under the covers and cried for most of the night.
Oh my God. And and then nothing ever, you never saw it again after that?
Nope, nope, never saw it again. I've never seen anything that ever looked remotely like that ever again.
Oh my God. Ooh, I would be scared. You're gonna make me have nightmares tonight. I'm gonna be scared. Literally scared. To be sleeping, trying to sleep in my bed, looking out, the window, or feeling something looking down on me. Um, that's really scary.
Yeah, and that is, like, in my opinion, the scariest story I have ever had of any of these things happening. And I know it happened. And I know I sound like I'm fucking batshit crazy, but it happened.
You don't sound crazy, at least to me, and your mom. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. So it's okay. You're sane to us. I really believe it. And uh, I,
Yeah.
that's really scary. And the fact that even hold on, what is it saying right here? Some psychiatrists consider it a syndrome that creates an intense craving for human flesh and a fear of becoming a cannibal. Ironically, this psychosis occurs in people living around the Great Lakes of Canada and the United States. Wendigo psychosis usually develops in the winter, and of course, they're gonna try to make it some kind of psychosis thing.
Yeah. Because
Oh
we're
my,
psychopaths.
oh God, I thought it was something else. So of course they're gonna just blow it off to the side, and none of this is real.
Yeah.
All these people just have a psychosis, and this creature. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have a run in with this dude right here. Definitely
Yeah.
not.
And like I said, it doesn't look like a Wendigo. I don't think, in my memories of what I saw, that a Wendigo is not the description I would give it. I would say it's more closely related to a rake than a Wendigo.
Is this the thing that the video you were talking?
Yes, that's the video that I was talking about.
Okay, I do not know if I will get a copy straight from this, so I'm gonna have to play it, but stop every
Yeah,
30 seconds, and
yeah.
I hope I don't get a copyright.
You don't have to play it if you don't want to. Please don't let this channel get taken down because of me.
Arctic, do you think I'll get a copyright if I change the even the speeding, the thing, the
Slow it
playback
down.
playback speed? Arctic knows all about this, so I don't. but I want to watch it. Okay. Let me see if it has any like do not play my shit.
Yeah, in the
Home,
description.
Gemini Home Entertainment is not monetized. Patreon. I don't know. I'll just try it. Fuck it.
What's the worst that could happen?
We'll just. I don't know. I'm scared.
I do think that it is like a few minutes into it before you see this creature.
Like this part, like
Yeah. There, this is it.
and that's that thing yelling.
Yeah, it's that thing yelling.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
The movement is what gets me.
Yeah, that's freaky as hell. Alyssa, you want? Oh, my daughter wants to see. Hold on. um, just pause and give commentary. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Thank you very much, Arctic. Come on, Marie, hurry. All right, this thing we're talking about.
What is that? Oh, it's a person.
No, it's a oh, that just gives me nightmares right there.
Ew, what is that?
It's something that I never want to look up, so these things do not go after you. Let me just look.
What is that?
She's laughing. Like, oh my god, that is creepy as hell. Oh, it looked ugly. Wow. Okay, so is this channel all about that?
Yeah, it's just like I said, that video is fake. I have done extensive research, and I believe in their like in their description that they do say that it is like just a fun little thing that they do, and there's a few different channels that do stuff like that. Uh I've been really into something called epilogue horror, where it's sort of the same thing, like giving an instruction guide, but on these things such as doppelgangers. And on that channel, there is another thing called a woodwalker or a wood crawler or something like that, and that is just as terrifying.
What is wood crawler?
Yeah, it's a wood crawler. It's I did research on this a long time on the wood crawler a long time ago, but I'm not remembering like the main things that I took away from it. I think it's sort of like a not a skinwalker, a doppelganger, where it will take the shape of a human.
Oh yeah,
But
because they're also known as skinwalkers.
See, but there's that misinterpretation, because I know that they are not skinwalkers. Don't take the form of humans. They take the form of wild animals.
Yeah, so it's okay. So, okay, let's see. But I can't see that. Um, wood crawlers.
While we're on that, I do want to speak about the other YouTube channel that I was really into, with like analog horror and just like giving unsettling vibes and stuff like that. The Mandela Catalog talks a lot about the doppelgangers, and I really suggest it, because if you're looking for something to get you nice and spooked, um
Uh,
i in the middle of the night, you're feeling like you want a nice little uh a hint of fear for your nightly adventures, because I'm a weirdo and I know that there's other people who are weird like me who want that.
what is it called?
The Mandela Catalog.
The Mandela Catalog. Ooh, Stephanie Harlow just did a video on Skinwalker, so we're not the only weird ones. It's called
Woo!
Walker Ranch.
Oh, that's actually a documentary too on Hulu, The Skinwalker Ranch. I have not personally watched it, so I don't know what they say about it, what they quote unquote get right or get wrong. I don't think that there's any right or wrong, unless you actually go and talk to the Navajo culture peoples and actually get the story, which is hard in itself, because these people, not that sounded really wrong. The Navajo culture does not permit really talking about these creatures. It makes the peoples very uncomfortable, and because this is stuff that they truly believe in, and
Yeah. And so
it's their culture.
and people are, like the documentary, it's basically just saying it's bullshit, or it's just not taking it seriously, or what is
I don't know, because
Webinars.
I've never watched the actual documentary. I tried to sit down and watch it, but it was like saying that this is bullshit, sort of, and I was like, I'm not watching it.
yeah, I can't. All right, so I'm at the search bar. What is it again? Sorry, I have short-term memory.
Me too. Mandela
Mandela
catalogs.
catalog. Mandela. The Mandela Catalog, Volume 1.
There's a few of them, but yeah, there's a specific order in which you can watch them. I don't care about order. I care about spooks.
It says by Alex Kister.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the channel. Um, Alex Kister. Let me put it in the link if you guys want to go check them out. Subscribe. I will definitely watch it, even though I'll be kind of spooked out. But that's the link. What else do you have any more? Hey, Six Sense. Oh my gosh, you always come late, but I'm glad you were here. I don't. Oh, you live in New Zealand. Do you have any like
I have heard that there are some like cryptids out in New Zealand. I would be interested in hearing more about it if you have any stories.
Yes, Six Sense. Do you? Six Sense is amazing. But she can never get on our lives on time because of the time difference. So it's always so screwed up.
I actually used to have a friend in Germany where we would talk about this stuff, and sadly life gets in the way and we could no longer keep contact, but I had been in contact with them for a long time, and they had talked about oh no, now that I'm thinking about it I can't remember any of the names, but some German cryptids that they had encountered and are eerily similar to ours. Like they knew about the skinwalkers, but that's mainly in the U.S. and it's controversial.
Hold on 1 second. Oh, sorry, I had to take my medicine. Well, BC powder because my headache. Ugh, and they
Oh,
taste.
you drug addict! You're just making excuses.
Hey, okay, don't tell people about my secrets, okay? Don't look. The food stamps. The you guys hear
We
my?
don't talk about the food stamps. I'm involved in that.
I know. Shoot, we're giving ourselves away, Lawrence. I'm sorry. Just don't bring up the cats too.
Yeah, no, we don't talk about the cats. We don't talk about Bruno here.
We don't talk about Bruno. What is, Sixth Sense said, "What is a cryptid?" Crypt.
um,
I spelt it wrong in the freaking thing. I have to fix it.
do you want to give the explanation?
You're
Words are hard.
you're the pro, and I can't say all these big words, but I will. I
So,
will read it.
from my knowledge, cryptids are like quote unquote fictional, like I said with the quotes, fictional creatures that could be real, could be not. People often take cryptids with a grain of salt. Cryptids would be like Bigfoot, paranormal activity. I'm trying to think of really well-known ones. Loch Ness Monster. Basically just like legends and lore behind different cultures.
Sure, it's the Arctic. Be quiet before I tell people what I've had you send me. Okay, no, I'm playing. But sure, it's a BC powder.
You
um.
doing coke over there, Lexi?
Oh, yes, right in front of my daughter too that I don't have. Oh God.
The fake child.
All my 8 kids that I don't have. Oh my God. So yeah, that's in Sixth Sense. You might even know what a skinwalker is.
If
Like
you pay any attention to TikTok.
yeah, no, she doesn't have any. She doesn't have Facebook. She doesn't have fucking Twitter, Instagram, none of that.
Snapchat, Facebook. You said Facebook.
Yeah.
Reddit.
Sixth Sense. Do you have a TikTok? I never asked you about that. But I would like. I wish you could find that video you were just telling me about that new one. Oh,
The new one? The new what? What did I say?
that I forgot the name, but you said that you lost the video for TikTok.
Oh yeah, the Wendy boy one.
TikTok is what a clock does. Arctic said, "Leave my Christie's toy box subscription out of there." Oh my god. Oh my god. It's more than that. I won't tell anymore though. TikTok is what a clock does. Yeah, she doesn't have TikTok. So I don't know. Do you know what they are? Sixth Sense, like Bigfoot. Let me look up some in New Zealand that are like popular. Can't
Yeah.
New Zealand. Okay, so Moha.
I might have heard of that.
It's another New Zealand cryptid. As some Maori. Here, let me write it in the chat and see if you can. I don't know how to say this shit. It's reputed to be a large, hairy hominid cryptid living in Coromandel, near the top of North Island, and another New Zealand cryptid. I don't know.
So, a thing that I find interesting is that cryptids um seem to be everywhere, and there's different versions of our cryptids in different places, and there's different versions of other places cryptids in our culture too. There was one in, and I did not give you a link to this, but there was one in China, I think, that was a floating head. So the lore from what I know goes, a very either ugly or pretty woman uh had gotten jealous over oh shit, I need to go back in my mind. It must have been a very ugly woman who was jealous of all of the very pretty women who had these boyfriends, and no man was attracted to her. So she went to a witch or whatever type of person who would do witchy stuff, like in our culture, in their culture. Um, and she went to her, got a potion, and drank it, and she could not eat meat for XYZ amount of time. And on the last day that she was not allowed to eat meat, she said, "What's the worst that could happen? I want a little spice in my life," and she ate some meat. And curse was installed, bespoked upon her. And go ahead.
Oh no, I just said what?
This curse was bespoked upon her that made her head come off at night. So in the morning she was a regular person. At night she would find a safe place to put her body. Her head would detach along with the organs coming out, and the head would go off and kidnap children.
Hold on, Lloyd. I have to go off on Arctic. Arctic, I hate you. I literally hate you. He said we had a cryptid in the White House for 4 years. It was orange with yellow hair.
Ew,
No.
I know that cryptid.
No,
That was scary.
no, the one that is in there now is definitely the scariest one of all. Sixth Sense said Agent Orange. Oh my god. Y'all could go to hell, okay?
Listen, considering the fact that the one currently has most definitely has Alzheimer's, I'm scared too. So
I'm scared of I told Arctic the other day I would vote for Kanye over all of these jackasses.
why doesn't The Rock go? I would fucking
Yes,
die for The Rock to be our president.
I would. I would definitely vote The Rock. But he said, like, he wants to focus on family. It's purple and it's next to my on the floor next to my bed.
Thanos?
That was funny, Arctic. You know I love you when I say I hate you, but I hate you. So what were you?
Hate love relationship.
Yes. So what were you saying though?
I was just talking about and I might be wrong about the culture that this cryptid is from, but from what I know, it's either Chinese or Mongolian or somewhere around that area.
Uh-huh.
But its head detaches, and along with the guts, and it'll go to a newly mothered household where the mother just gave birth and steal her child from its crib.
No.
There's preventative ways to stop it from coming, such as placing thorns on the floor or sharp bits of glass or something on the floor in order for its entrails to get stuck in, and such like that, keeping your windows and doors locked so that it cannot get in. Hell, even so, the houses are raised, like extremely raised, so they can have little like crop fields under their houses. in this place. Like I said, I don't remember exactly where it is, but they'll plant pineapple trees because much like the pineapple itself, the tree is stickly and pricky, and they'll plant these trees under the house so that this entity cannot come in through the floorboards and take their children.
Oh my God. I cannot. They would come in and take all of my kids that I don't have.
All of the non-existent children.
Sixth Sense said, I have not heard of the Mohai man myself. There are a lot of Mari,
Legends.
yeah, that could possibly be cryptids.
Yeah, I would consider like legends and such cryptids.
Well, like in
Because that's,
Mexico, there's La Llorona. That's not really, I mean, I don't know if you've ever heard of La Llorona.
I have not.
Oh my gosh, the most scariest. They have a movie about her, and it's real. Like my husband's family has gone. I mean, they're from Mexico, and um, your dad's not from Mexico. He's from Texas, but yeah. Um,
Then I'm extremely surprised that you had not heard of that you did not know more about like the chupacabra, because the chupacabra is, from what I know, from Mexican folklore.
well, see, I think I've heard of it, but I just forgot about it, and I know the name sounds so familiar, but I should probably know more about it. That's
How dare you?
I know, but hold on, let me look up La Llorona. She's a mother that she drowned her kids, and she's dead. And so there's a certain river in Mexico. Let me bring this up real quick. Llorona River in Mexico. Really scary and sad. Um, okay, so
Was she real?
yeah, she's real.
Then I can say it was.
Girl, La Llorona is one of the most powerful and enduring pieces of Mexican folklore. She haunts the canals, creek beds, rivers, and uh, lakes of Mexico and the American Southwest. If you are a child growing up in any of these areas, the story of Llorona is more terrifying than any other ghost story, and the story is older than anyone can remember. Podcast host Robert Bitto first heard of the story of La Llorona as a child growing up in New Mexico. He lived in a primarily gringo area of Albuquerque, the far northeast heights, in a time when kids played mostly outside with other children. Kids played in the mesas, which were just patches of desert in between housing developments. Um, the locals, the gringos, pronounce arroyas. Um, these were mostly waterless ditches running through the city. Some were paved, especially when you got deeper into the city. But as you got closer into the mountains, the Sandias, most arroyos in the 1970s and 1980s were just dirt embankments that became full when it rained. Flash floods are common in that part of the world. So the story begins in a small village a long time ago and usually far away. The story is usually set in Spanish times. There was a beautiful young girl named Maria who caught the attention of many men for, yes, your grandma's name is Maria. It's not her though, from all the territory.
You
Uh,
sure?
yes, she was
You
married.
did.
Is she a ghost? She could be. She could be. She was married off to an older noble man when she was just a teenager. Her husband was handsome and wealthy and was away from home a lot. Once in a while, he was away. Maria heard a story that her husband was going to leave her for a younger woman with a better family. In a fit of jealousy, Maria took her kids down to the river to drown them. When she threw them in the rushing water, they cried out to her as they were drowning, and she had second thoughts. She tried to reach out to save them, but it was too late. They were swept away by the current, never to be seen again. It is said to this day that Maria still roams the arroyos and the riverbeds as an old hag looking for her children and crying out for them. And they will snatch you up if you are alone or careless. This story has minor variations, but the one described in the podcast is pretty basic and it does the trick. So there are actually, like in Albuquerque, there's been cases where people have gone there and um, you will hear like this woman crying, mis hijos, like saying like my kids, and she is crying and crying, and there's children that disappear from there. Like it's very scary. Yeah.
I do think I've actually heard of that.
Yes, they have a movie. They have several movies, but it's not
I
like,
feel like all cryptids have several movies.
huh?
I said I feel like all cryptids have 7 movies or
Yeah.
several movies.
Six Sense said, I need to do more research. First time I've heard of the word cryptid. Yeah, I don't know a lot. I mean, I've heard of them and I'm always interested and I'm interested in learning. And Lauren's here. This is Garnett's, oh, Six Sense. This is Garnett's son, by the way.
Hello.
This is one of our really good supporters. She's always here. Love her. Um, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, that was one that I don't know if it's really it's kind of like what we're talking about, but
Yeah. A lot of the cryptid stories are like developed from some truths in
yeah,
it.
yeah, it's I don't know. It's really sad though because all the kids that go missing, they just disappear. Nobody hears from them again, and so they think that La Llorona like takes them and drowns them.
That's interesting. It's so fascinating that so many different parts of the world have these things,
Right?
and there's always some truth behind it. And I actually just thought about it. If I think about it, like I believe it's in Japan where and this is just like an interesting fun fact to me. Not really fun, but fun, I guess. Little fact. That in I believe Japan, there are several like it's once every year in some X amount of time that uh dogs and people so it's called the suicide forest, and this gets a little graphic dealing with people and dogs, but um people will feel this drag to go to this forest and commit suicide. And it even happens in the dog populace where these dogs in big groups will just go and throw themselves off of this bridge and die.
I've heard of that.
And it's so interesting because it's so not really unknown, but like unknown why they do this.
Huh. We'll have to dig deep in that, like, because I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Here's some. I want to find that freaking video you were talking about. Here's some TikToks about cryptids. Uh, Ooh, that one's kind of scary.
I'm gonna take you down an entire new rabbit hole.
The fuck is
Yeah,
that?
like Garnett's gonna be like, "Where are
The
you?"
fuck is that in the
Like,
woods?
I'm gonna be gone for like a week.
Hello? Hello? The fuck is that?
That's really, I don't know.
If you want a really good TikTok on like a skinwalker, I suggest I don't know the name of this account, but it's been like everywhere. So this person had a dog, and he is talking to his dog, and he's like, name of dog, sit, spin, lay down. and the dog does all of this, and he says, and this froze my heart. He says, "That ain't my dog. My dog don't know no trick," and slams his door, and you can hear the panic in his voice as he goes, "Siri, call 911." And the entire video is very unsettling.
What?
Yeah.
You'll have to send me all of these.
When my girlfriend gets home, I'll send you the one that she showed me, and then me and her are gonna look for the one that I just talked about.
I'm trying to find the Japan thing. I'm everywhere. This is how my brain works. So it's Japan. It's the woods, right? Or it's
Yeah, the Suicide Forest or something, I think. Or the dog one might be the Suicide Bridge. There's a lot of suicide in Japan.
Japan Suicide Forest. Algikara. I don't know. Otherwise known as Japan's suicide forest, has been a hot topic of conversation in recent years, particularly after YouTuber Logan Paul posted a controversial video of a suicide victim found in the forest in 2017. Um, hardly began, however, I can't say the word, notoriety, oh my God. Hardly began,
Notoriously?
notary,
Oh, notoriety.
yes, hardly began with Paul's presence. In fact, the suicide forest had been a popular destination for decades, both for the avid hikers and those intent upon taking their own lives. If this forest isn't on your must-visit list, we rounded up 33 things to know about Japan's suicide forest. Is this? Oh no, that's. I want to. Hold on. No, I thought it was gonna tell us about it. Oh, unsurprisingly, is reported haunted. The forest is reportedly inhabited by yori, or ghosts with unfinished business who are unable to enjoy peace in the afterlife. There are other spirits lurking there too. Of course, a place dubbed the Suicide Forest wouldn't be home to just one kind of spirit. Okigara is also reportedly home to Tengu, a mythical Japanese bird demon, in addition to spirits and the human variety. While the entry points to the forest bear ample debris left by human visitors, the expanses of forest following them are so thick and isolated they look virtually untouched. In fact, less than a mile into the forest, signs that hikers have been there start to disappear. While spring may bring about warmer weather, it also peaks suicide season at this forest. Suicides in the forest and throughout Japan tend to peak in March, which is when the country's fiscal year ends. While many people attribute the strange behavior of their compasses to the paranormal activity in the forest, there's actually a more logical explanation because the high iron content of the lava on the forest floor, devices that respond to magnetism, like compasses, often move in strange patterns when near it. While hanging is the method of suicide most commonly associated with trips to this forest, it's not the only way people end their lives. In fact, the forest is the site of many self-induced poisonings and overdoses as well. Um, Many suicide victims never found. It sits on a lava field. I'm gonna have to dig into this. This is crazy.
I also just found the Dog Suicide Bridge is what it's most known as, which is in Dumbarton in Scotland. The bridge name itself is Overton.
Over,
Yeah,
over,
hang on.
over,
Overton.
and it's in Dunbartonshire.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dumbartonshire.
The Dog Suicide Bridge.
Yes. I have a little read here. Since the 1950s, numerous reports of dogs either falling or jumping from the bridge have been reported, with the incidents often resulting in serious injury or death upon landing on the rocks some 50 foot below the bridge.
In the barn, Scotland.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay. The bridge has, and after that, it just says that the bridge has been nicknamed Dog's Suicide Bridge.
That is so weird.
Very.
And there's a 19th century
Mhm.
Gothic bridge that crosses a 50-foot ravine. It's officially called Overton Bridge, but its unofficial name is the Dog Suicide Bridge.
Oh no, do I even have to ask?
Since the 1950s, hundreds of dogs have mysteriously jumped off this bridge, and 50 of them died. Let's find out why. It spans Overton Burn, a deep gorge with a small river. And hundreds of dogs have attempted to commit suicide by jumping off this bridge. The stories about Overton Bridge are all over the internet and have been featured on the TV series The Unexplained Files. There's even an entire book dedicated to this phenomenon. But despite all this attention, the mystery is still unsolved. So what's going on here? There are those who believe that the suicides are caused by supernatural forces. They point out that the bridge's location fits the description of a thin place, which, according to Celtic pagan beliefs, is a location where heaven and the earth meet.
Oh, I'd like to see a video on thin places.
That's a good idea. Another theory blames the White Lady of Overton, who haunts the Overton house. And her husband John died in 1908, leaving the widow to grieve for over 30 years. And after she died, she became the ghost known as the White Lady of Overton. According to local legend, the White Lady has been seen in the windows of the house and wandering.
That is so scary. Lexi Xylee, the missing girl in Mexico has been found. I don't have all the details, but she's safe according to her mom. Thank the freaking Lord. Thank you for that update. When you do, you should do a video to let everybody know. Australia has a yowie. I'm trying to think of what would be New Zealand cryptids. Everything here has a spiritual entity. LOL. She said, I've heard of the suicide forest, but not the dogs. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I actually found out that that's not as well known as I thought it would be. It's creepy. Like, I can't, not a single part in me, understand why dogs would do that, since they are natural animals. Yes, they are domesticated, but they still have that sense of self-preservation, and they would know that jumping off of this is going to kill me or hurt me really bad, and I don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, I had a rabbit kill itself one time.
Yeah? Was that your fault? Was that your fault too? Like the kittens being abused?
Yes, I was like 9 and I had a rabbit and I walked downstairs. No, it hung itself. Like it was at the top of it hung itself in the top of the cage. I don't know how the heck it got up there, but I went to the basement and it was just hanging.
Oh.
Yeah. Girl, no, it didn't get a rope and hang itself. Stop talking, you're imaginary. Oh my god. Sirens of the sea or water are common folklore.
That's fair. I could see that because how much bodies of water there would be. They probably would have like also Leviathan-esque creature there too. Which I don't know if the Leviathan is considered a cryptid or not.
How do you know all of this?
Well, that's just assumption because New Zealand is around a lot of bodies of water.
Yeah.
And sirens are associated mainly with dragging sailors off of ships with their beautiful songs. Living in and around oceans, lakes, rivers, and streams, although it's less likely that they would be in rivers and streams unless moving from one place to another.
Huh. Well, I'm definitely going to be doing I'm supposed to be researching this case I'm trying to dig into. And then tomorrow we're doing, what are we doing? I told your mom this morning late. I don't know if you ever heard of Tommy Lynn Sells. He's a
last name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's a freaking horrible dude. But
there's lots of horrible people.
Horrible.
Like you, Lexi.
I am horrible. I know. I'm so horrible. I need to be in jail. Oh, but I have because I'm this felon. Remember? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You felon, you freak.
I have 3 speeding tickets and I forgot. Okay.
How dare you? It's a speeding ticket. How dare you? You know that that's so bad.
Horrible, horrible. But now I'm going to be researching all this stuff that you told us. Rivers have Taniwa, Sixth Sense said. Taniwa.
Taniwa. That sounds familiar.
Let me look that up. Oh,
Iwha.
Taniwa acted as guardians by warning of the approach of enemies, communicating the information via a priest who was a medium. Sometimes the Taniwa saved people from drowning because they lived in dangerous or dark and gloomy places. The people who careful to placate the Taniwa. Now I just lost my part because I clicked on the link. What a dumbass. Um, At sea, a taniwa often appears as a whale or a quiet a large as quite a large shark, such as southern right whale or whale shark. Compare the Maori name for the great white shark in inland waters. They may still be of whale-like dimensions, but look more like a gecko or a tuatara, having row of spines along the back.
Oh.
Hmm. So these are water creatures.
Yeah. They're more like water cryptids. Now the one that I'm going to say is not a cryptid, and it is entirely fake because the entirety of what the people who made this is around is just like fiction and creating these cool scenarios. But I really like this one, and I feel like everyone should know more about this. It's called SCP, and there's like an entire web page and a place where people go and let out their creative uh frustrations out on this website, and there's tons and tons and tons and tons of SCPs, but the one that I have been really into is called SCP-3000.
Is it the SCP Foundation?
Yep, that's the website. And if you look at it, it's like they made it like government documents because the SCP Foundation is this giant, like in their universe, this giant organization that's very secretive. And
Hold on.
I
Somebody's at my door. Hold on. You can keep going. I don't know who this car is. Ugh, hold on.
but
Coming after me, Lauren. Why did we do this?
they found out.
Oh my god.
So but it's just this gigantic like organization that does all of this stuff, and it's very cool. I'm trying to get in. Let me in. I would like to open it, please. I am authorized. There we go. Thank you.
Oh, that's the rice.
Here we go. Here's the description. So the description of this SCP-3000, like I said, please no one think that this is real. This is not real. It is fake. It's just like for fun that people do. You can find this website. It's the SCP Foundation on Wikidot. Take a look, dive deep into some stuff, make your own. It's really fun in the community, so long as you are not an asshole, are usually very kind and such. So the description of SCP-3000 is a massive aquatic serpentine entity strongly resembling a giant moray eel. The full length of SCP-3000 is impossible to determine, but is hypothesized to be between 600 and 900 kilometers The head of SCP-3000 measures roughly 2.5 millimeters in diameter, and sections of the body proper are as large as 10 meters in diameter. SCP-3000 is typically a sedentary creature, meaning lone creature, only moving its wait, no, my bad. Sedentary meaning stands still, does not really move. It only moves its head in response to certain stimuli or during feeding. The majority of its body is located in and around the Genghis Fang and rarely moves at all. Where is the Genghis Fang? Genghis Fan. Sorry, I am sucky at pronunciation.
I am too.
The Genghis fan is in Bengal. The Bengal fan. Bengal. Bengal. Bengal.
Bengal.
This creature rarely moves at all. It is carnivorous, and despite its sedentary nature, is capable of moving quickly to dispatch prey. Despite its size, it is hypothesized that SCP-3000 does not require sustenance to maintain its biological functions, while SCP-3000 excretes a thin layer of viscous dark gray substance classified as Y909 through its skin as it consumes prey. The end result of its digestive processes is currently unknown.
That's very interesting. So people have to log on to this website and this information from there.
It's not real like login. If I scroll down to the bottom of this, like if you were to search like SCP-666 or SCP-698, something like that, it's all numbers. You can go down to the bottom and it says edit. You can edit the page. You can rate and tag and such. It's not real documents. It's just fun. It's really fun.
Yeah.
They've also have conversations like of people going in and doing like their tasks of what they were doing.
Six Sun says there's legends of the Hast Eagle hunting people and chiefs using them to fly. Hast Eagle actually existed.
Oh, that's cool.
Huh.
Teach me more.
Yeah, what let me look this up.
Instead of me rambling about stuff that doesn't exist.
Well, it's still interesting to. Okay, so this is this what you're talking about, Amelia? Hast eagle is an extinct species of eagle that once lived in the South Island of New Zealand, commonly accepted to the Maori, I can't say it, legend. It was the largest eagle known to have existed, with an estimated weight of 33 pounds compared to the 20-pound harpy eagle. Its massive size is explained as an evolutionary response to the size of its prey. So Haast eagle was first described by Julius von Haast in 1871 from remains discovered by the Canterbury Museum taxidermist Frederick Richardson Fuller in a former marsh. Haast named the eagle Harpagornis mori after, this is too many big ass words, the owner of Glenmark Estate, where the bones of the bird have been found. The genus name was from the Greek harpix, meaning grappling hook, and ornis, meaning bird. DNA analysis later showed that this bird is related most closely to the much smaller little eagle as well as the booted eagle, and not as previously thought to the large wedge-tailed eagle. He was one of the largest known true raptors in the length and weight. It was even larger than the largest living vultures, another giant eagle from the fossil record. It is more recently and scantily described, but revealed the Haast in at least the aspect of total length. Female eagles were significantly larger than males. Um, let me go down. I'm trying to see behavior. The Haas eagle preyed on large flightless bird species, which was up to 15 times the weight of the eagle. Its large beak also could be used to rip into the internal organs of its prey, and death then would have been caused by blood loss due to the absence of other large predators or kleptoparasites. I don't know, whatever.
Kleptomaniacs.
That's
That's all I could think. I'm sorry.
what came to my mind.
I'm a kleptomaniac.
We cannot be kleptomaniacs, drug addicts, and people that sell food stamps. Okay,
Food cell?
this is too much. We are gonna be taken off. I am so sorry.
Demonetized.
Yes, we are no longer.
Allowed near anyone. And I'm a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, so you already know that I'm apparently a pedophile, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
People are definitely gonna take this and know just make another video to clip. And these are the worst people on YouTube ever.
Yes.
Fuck you all.
Because I'm gay, I am apparently a child predator.
It's
Uh-huh. That makes sense.
it's so disgusting. I don't know what our world is coming to.
The end.
The end is coming to end, and I wish it would. Like I said, I wish things would come down and just take me and my family and go to space and live with them.
I vote alien takeover.
Yes.
I am so down with that. If aliens want to come down and take over our planet and eviscerate everyone who is against them, fine by me.
Right? I would be
I'm
like,
hopping on that airship and going.
I'd be like, I'm on your side. I promise you, I am on your side.
You can make me a pet. That's fine. I get fed every day. I get love and attention. Okay.
Right? Oh my god. The wingspan of Haas Eagle was up to 3 m. Body length was up to 1.4, and adults stood up to 90 centimeters tall. Huh.
I wish I were good at math so that I could understand that in our stupid imperialist ways.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to figure out. Can you dumb it down for us 6 cents? Please tell me. We're also dumb, guys. We are also dumb on here, okay?
Yes. You know the way of the imperialist system that apparently our government thought that we were better than the regular way, even though it's much easier. They just had to make it more complicated.
Oh, no. See, I don't even know about that. I'm just dumb.
Me too, though.
I'm dumb. I'm done. I went to military school at 15 and I graduated, but I was only sent to military school because I just didn't want to, well, my mom sent me there. But like we graduated within 6 months and still got a high school diploma. I don't know how that works, but
you have more training than any high schooler than me. I have my high school diploma.
I don't remember shit though. Like that's why I don't even know how to do my kids' homework. Like my fourth grader will be like,
"We didn't teach you anything."
Yeah, that's why I'm like, what is the point in all this school if they're not even gonna remember like us? Like,
yeah, exactly. Aside from basic math, because I believe that everyone should know basic math.
Yeah. Wait, what's going on? You're a gay pedo. Lexi has 8 imaginary children and does coke. What the heck? You have been here. You know, these people have been just going at me.
Horrible people.
Horrible for no reason. Like I'm not a Molly Golightly. I'm not a, you know what I'm saying? Like the same people that
it's not even like you're doing this for like money or shit. You're doing it to get other cases out there.
Yes, and it's all from Kyron's thing. 6 Cents. That's the one that I made the video on. Remember about all like putting all my business out there. So because that one person kept making videos. and it's the same one that's going after Graz, Sixth Sense. So, it's just ridiculous. Now they're saying that, some people say I don't have my kids or I don't have any, and I sell my food stamps, and I don't know.
And the gay thing is just like everyone who is homophobic says that like gays are child pedophiles and that they want that, and I don't understand where that comes from.
And Thomas is gay. Thomas, have you, Thomas knows what everyone goes through that. It's horrible. So we just mess around with it. Like Amelia, they clipped a video of Phoenix, my 3-year-old, holding one of our kittens, and they didn't show the whole video, of course, which I have.
Because
And
that would make them look bad.
yeah. So he's holding the cat, but he's not squeezing it. And then when he did get a little bit tight, you can hear me if they would have played the whole video and said, "Hey, let him go. You're going to choke him." So they were like, "Oh, justice for our animals too." Like, it's ridiculous. It is so crazy. So yeah, I'm on drugs. I don't
I'm
have.
a pedophile, apparently.
And Garnett,
it's how it all works, apparently, in their mind. So
yeah, Garnett's a horrible person, and they brought up her grandson and that she should be speaking up for Orion instead of Kyron and all these other cases. They're such assholes, I swear.
Orion's not missing. We know where Orion is.
Exactly. Arctic said see, Arctic. I thought you said you didn't know anything about math. I actually asked Arctic a math question the other day. I took a picture of the
liar.
My
We've got a liar.
Yeah.
Sound the alarms.
So see, now we got a liar in the group. 9 feet 10 inches wingspan, 4.59 long, 2 feet 11 inches tall. Ah, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have.
That is terrifying.
That it really is.
Why are birds so scary? Like, if you think about it, eagles are fucking gigantic for no reason. Other than the pure fuck it all.
Right? I mean, I used to have geese that would go in the Walmart. I mean, not Walmart, fucking Waffle House parking lot when I worked there. And I would go out there and like try to feed them and stuff. And everybody's like, "Are you fucking crazy? They're going to attack you." And like, I would just go out there. And one day they did try to attack me. And I had to literally run my ass inside before I got beat up by a gang of fucking geese.
They wanted more food.
Right? Oh my God. But
that's what you spend all of your food stamps on.
Yes, feeding the geese.
Instead of your children, because you're a horrible person.
I can't. Like, I could bring my kids here right now and I could tell you that they eat nonstop. And it's the junk. It's the junk that they go after, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a house full of oranges, grapes, like healthy stuff that they go after the junk. And I'm like, can't eat junk. He said it's not math if you ask Google. Oh.
That's fair.
Sixth Sense said, "Oh yeah, I forgot you guys do imperial measurements."
Yeah, because it's... I learned how to do the other one, the metric way, but we never use it, so...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I don't even know, like, how big my desk is, because, like, I don't know measurements.
Yeah, like if I had to, I think the other day, one of our windows, all of a sudden, nobody was in the room. How did it go, Alyssa? Remember when y'all's window just broke out of nowhere? I wasn't home.
So me and Sophia was in her side of the room, and I was in my side of the room. We were just playing Roblox with each other, and then the window broke.
Yeah, the window just broke, like out of nowhere. Like like scattered just everywhere. It was really weird. And my man calls me. I'm at the
It was a
store.
Mothman.
Yeah,
Mothman slammed into your window.
it probably was. Probably it was something. It was so weird. So you know, my man goes to work the next day. He's like, "Hey, measure the window so I can get a glass for it." And I'm like, "The fuck?
How?
How? Yeah. How how do I do this?" So I didn't do it, but
How
yeah.
to do eh?
What is that? Measure? I have no idea what that is. But this was definitely uh, you know, a good start on these. I gotta change the name because I spelled cryptid wrong. But I am gonna go and research all the others you've talked about
Yes.
because it's very interesting. Um, and we can do another one because I feel like I need to learn all of this. Like you're you're the expert, you know all of this, and then you've seen them, you've dealt with some before, and that's really just. I
We
think.
should do one more on like the paranormal side because I have more stories of paranormal stuff happening than cryptids.
Oh yeah, we can
I've
definitely.
got many stories. Like there's one where, all right, so I don't know if I want to tell this story because it it does involve hurting an animal, and I did not mean to at all.
Oh, is it the one that Garnet told me and you were scarred for?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's okay. They already think I'm a cat abuser, so you might as well.
might as well. So we had this was when I was like 6, maybe later. But I was playing the Wii, and I was playing a very interactive game on the Wii, and my cat had just given birth, and we put the kittens into a little kitty crate, and one of them had gotten out, and I didn't know, and I accidentally killed it, and we went and buried the kitten and got it all cleaned up, and afterwards, for like 4 years, even now occasionally, I will see its ghost walking around and mewing and shit, and it's like, oh my god.
Oh my god, it was haunting you.
Yes, it was haunting me.
Oh, that is so. I have stories too. I think my uncle haunts me. He just passed away before Thanksgiving,
Uh,
and bad luck started happening. I think he's haunting me. Um, I've had some. My kids, Alyssa, she's had a story about like seeing ghosts or spirits.
and kids are the most susceptible because and not really susceptible, that's not the right word, but they're more likely to see this stuff because um children's brains don't know the difference between reality and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
uh it allows them to more ably see stuff that we would not. Like there's a story about my childhood where uh we were on a time crunch. Someone in my family was going to give birth, and I was like 3. And I look at my parents and I say, "Hurry up, we are going to miss it." And they blew it off because I was a child. And lo and behold, we get there, and she had already given birth. We missed her having the child.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
So you knew.
there's a few of them like that I have.
Well, like Phoenix, my 3-year-old, and this has to do with like past lives, and he talks about things that happened. Like he's like, one time when I was a teenager, I had to run, and like these people were chasing me through a backyard. Like he tells this like weirdest stories, but it's about him
When
before.
he was older.
Yeah. And I'm
I
like,
have a story like that. I used to tell. Sorry that I completely cut you off, but I used to tell my dad that I was his father.
I know that's what your mom said. I think she told me that.
Yeah.
That is so like. What do you remember?
I don't remember that one in particular, but I do remember telling my parents that so we were driving, it must have been late at night and there was nothing around, but I had said, "Watch out for the deer." And my parents are like, "What deer?" And then out of nowhere this fucking deer comes and they hit this deer and kill it. And I
Oh
was
my
so sad.
god. Aw. That is so sad. I would have been crying. Did you eat it after?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't
Deer,
remember after that.
deer meat is so good.
It is good. I've had deer meat and elk meat. Elk meat is one of my favorite meats, but it's so hard to get.
I haven't had the elk meat.
It's so good.
I
We
want,
had elk steaks, and they were. I don't know how we got onto food, but they were so good.
but deer meat, like my uncle used to buy it from somebody, and they just used to keep it in the freezer so it would still be good. And like he used to fry it, and oh, I definitely want to try elk meat now. Though I gotta find a
Yeah.
underground.
System.
My dad passed last February. I swear his. You told me that before that the old bedroom, his old bedroom is the hottest room in the house. It is a good 20 degrees warmer than the rest of the house. Sixth Sense said, "Was your dad always turning up the thermostat heat?" Well, he said that now his husband, your husband, right? That's his room now, like his where he works or whatever. So he's turning up the heat in his husband's workplace, whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like, you know, like torturing them. But yeah, we definitely should. We should do one like next Saturday. Like, we have a weekly we're supposed to be doing like Monday mental health. So we have that for Monday, and then like Saturdays we could do like a whole, not every Saturday because I know you have stuff to do, but like whatever, paranormal. Um he said alligator meat is amazing. Deer meat is awesome. Deer jerky is the best. I've
I
never
agree.
had alligator meat.
I've never had alligator either, but I would kill to try it.
I would too. Sixth Sense said, did he have an ironic sense of humor? Who is calling? Hold on. I can't even see. Oh, it's the inmate. Okay. His off his office. Yeah, it's his husband's office. So what did you just do, Lawrence?
Nothing.
Did you
You
just
didn't
fart?
hear shit.
You just fart. So we're a bunch of felons. We're a bunch.
Yes, and I'm a gross ass asshole.
Oh my god. You were just like, oh, speaking of um well, I don't want to tell your journey you're going through. Uh
Go ahead, I don't care.
so Lawrence, I have a aunt who is transgender, and she came out just a few years ago. She's a truck driver. And she's pretty big and whatever. She started getting the, what is it called, the hormone therapy to
Yeah.
transfer to be a girl. And um, she was telling me about how she did it, and um, it was really easy for her because she's a truck driver. She can't keep going to the same doctor, but it's really easy to do and it's inexpensive. And her girlfriend just proposed to her 2 nights ago, and I was so excited. Um, so I saw that video, but it just reminded me of Lawrence's transgender. I think me and Barbara, me and Garnett have gone over, and so he is going through the process. And how is that going for you? Like, I don't know why that popped up. I think it's because we were talking about um
Something.
I don't know what made me. Oh, the farting, because you're a man.
Oh, yeah,
You're
because I farted.
you are a man. So, um, I told them about what my aunt was doing, and uh, Lawrence went through with it, and like I think it's freaking amazing. And his like just from a couple of months ago, you guys, it's changed so much. Do
I
you?
would have done a live before I started testosterone and then after, so that they could have heard my voice transitioning, because my voice was never like not this low before, and um
Oh
I'm
yeah.
starting to grow facial hair and I'm excited about it, but I'm also growing excessive hair in parts where I don't want.
Wait,
Got a
what?
lot of leg hair.
You said you don't?
I don't want leg hair, more leg hair. I've got hair growing up my butt crack too. I didn't know that was a thing. Thank you, testosterone.
Well, I am proud of you, like, because I could tell the whole voice talking about my gay ass. That's why we started. I don't know what started, but um, oh, probably because we were talking about your husband. I don't know, but I just it popped in my head. My aunt just getting married, and then you, and back then when I heard you talk, like the difference is freaking amazing.
Yeah,
Your voice is changing, the hair is everything. Um, yeah, I'm proud that you did that, and I'm excited that you did that.
yeah. I'm actually having issues with that too, because I don't have a Quest lab near me, so getting the blood work done is going to be more difficult, because the closest Quest lab that's in my vicinity would be like a 2 to 3 hour drive.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the closest ones would be in, like, I think there's one in Pittsburgh, and then there's one in Clearfield, and
So
there's
how,
another in Punxsy.
so how have you been doing it, or you haven't had to do it yet?
I haven't done it, and it's supposed to be every 3 months, so I'm hitting my 6 month mark here soon, and that sort of sucks.
Can't can't you go to a doctor and get it done, or
It has to be a Quest lab, because to send it into them, it's a process, because it's not doctor prescribed like
uh,
my doctor. It's doctors from Plume.
you guys don't have anything near you? Oh my
No,
god! Like Garnett
yeah,
told you guys don't have like the Walmart delivery and all that.
no,
Like what
no.
the fuck?
We've got a Walmart in St. Mary's.
That is so crazy. Arctic said when you get older, you'll have hair every place other than your head. It just migrates to other parts of your body.
It falls off of your head and just starts crawling into your skin. Can you imagine that?
Oh my god, I would die because I'm the worst at freaking shaving. Hey, Christina, I'm glad you're listening. We're just talking. We were talking about these creatures and then paranormal stuff, and now we're talking about Lawrence's journey through transitioning.
Through
Um,
life, the life journey.
yes, I think you should actually like do a. Arctic said I sent you a friend request, Lawrence. Us LGBT folks got to stick together. Don't
Yes, all right.
don't be trusting anyone on these YouTube streets. No, I'm playing. Arctic is fully trustworthy. Um, bless you. Um, but oh, I was about to say something. Yeah, you should start like a. I know you've been recording, like your process. You should start a podcast or something, or like a page or YouTube, or
I've
even
been thinking about doing like podcasts and just talking about random shit.
yeah. And you should do your journey because other people, they're scared to come out and talk about it, and maybe you'll help somebody that wants to do the same thing you're doing, and then
Yeah,
make it like a just random, you should do it.
random thing talking about different stuff. I've been getting really into like D&D, so I when I get an apartment and shit, I'm thinking about getting a D&D board and trying to get a few friends, and I think I could do a little interesting thing with my character for like character development and shit, playing a transgender character or having a trans character in the D&D realm that we decide to do, if
Yeah,
we decide to do it.
that would be awesome. I think you should do something like that. I mean, and you have the personality for it. You have an
Yeah,
amazing character. Just you should do it. Look at your mom. Like, we never thought we were gonna do this, but we
yeah.
are.
Here
And
you are.
thousands of people hate us, but that's okay.
You
So
should make a "How did we get here" like video.
how did we get here? If we told our story, like, uh, nobody would believe it because it's so just unbelievable, but it's real.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the realest you get. The reality is stranger than fiction. That's the reason why I believe in ghosts and the cryptids and all of the spooky ghouls
oh, I like that name. Would you just say the reality is stranger?
than fiction.
Yeah. Huh. That's a good name, actually.
My podcast will be named Stranger Than Fiction.
Yes. You should definitely do it. I will not stop bugging you until you do it.
I'm gonna have to make a podcast now.
Yes, and Garnett knows I will bug you. I will make one for you and I'll send it to you and be like, here you go. You have one scheduled for tomorrow.
I'll just be like, oh, thanks.
But yeah, I gotta get off of here and clean and do a bunch of
Yeah,
things.
I got to get ready. I have to get ready for a call with my girlfriend here soon.
Oh, wait, where is she?
And she's at work,
Oh, okay. Oh, she got a.
living that life.
I didn't know she got a job.
Yeah, she has a job. She works over at Bilo's.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
That's freaking awesome.
And we'll be in an apartment soon, so I don't have to worry about my parents walking up and being like, what the fuck?
I know you're excited about the apartment.
Yes, I've been fucking dying, and we just like finalized. I just sent in the last of my papers that needed to be sent in, and we should be looking for it here soon.
That is freaking awesome. So wait, isn't there a waiting list or you're the next on the waiting list or
I am currently on the 9th place of the waiting list, but it seems like once you hit the top 10 in the places, you have to send in all of your information, such as your birth certificate and all of that extra stuff, your pay stubs and shit like that, in
yeah.
order for them to continue on with it, just to make sure, like, if it's to weed out the doers from the do-notters.
Yeah.
Because if you're willing to sit down and do all of this paperwork, then you might be more obliged to paying your rent.
Yeah. I get it.
Unlike others who would just blow it off. Because if we did not get this done, we would be cast off of the waiting list and have to restart everything.
And I know you guys have been wanting one for a while, so
Yes.
I'm glad.
I finally have the money saved.
Oh, yay! So
Yes.
you have everything ready to go.
Yep, I've got all my ducks lined up. I did my calls because I had to get my bank statements. I did that and all of the other fun stuff of adulting. I wish I were a child again. Can I go back? Where's the reverse?
I say that all the time. Like, I wish, and I remember my parents telling me to stop wishing you grew up.
Yep. Yep.
I tell my kids that because no, it's no funner than it sucks. It really sucks.
But kids never understand that it's a gigantic cycle. It's you become an adult, you teach your kids not to wish that they were adults. Your kids wish they were adults anyways, and now.
Yeah, like, you know,
Yeah, if I think about it, my parents definitely have told me that you do not wish you were an adult. You don't. You really don't.
yeah.
And every time I would always be like, I would rather be working a job than going to school.
Oh my God, me too. And you just graduated. Like, you're still young, but
Yeah.
you realize, like, at that age, right, when you're turn 18, like, your responsibilities start. Like, you work, you have to get your own place, and because you want that privacy. And
Yes.
it just, it sucks. Life sucks, period. It
The
really.
only thing I'm grateful for is that I have a lot of drive. I can't stay at my parents' house until I'm 30 years old.
Yeah, your dad reminds me all the time. You're gonna have that one kid that's gonna want it, and he's like, you gotta
Nip
just,
right in the butt.
yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I already know which one that's gonna be. So my daughter, my 10-year-old, is already like, when I get older, I'm gonna be a doctor. It changes all the time, but she's like, I'm gonna have a house, and me and Cisco are gonna live together, and like she's like ready, and I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see when the time comes. I hope.
Yep. Because I said that I was going to have a wolf ranch and and take care of sickly wolves, nurse them back to health, keep the ones that have to stay, send the ones out into the wild that can be. Where am I right now? In my parents' house.
But you just hit that age, so you're not, old to.
Yeah, thank God that I'm actually not wanting to stay. I don't understand how someone wants to stay at their parents' house until they're 30.
Yeah, it's um yeah, because at your age, a lot of people are still, they're in the partying stage. They're going out, and they're like, oh yeah, let me just stay with my parents until.
I
At least,
did have my party stage though already, and I don't want to talk about that too much because that's an embarrassing part of my life.
hey, I think we've gone over our party stages, like, on here. I've
Yeah.
Sixth Sense. I've avoided maturity as much as possible. LOL. Apparently,
Run
I.
away. Run away. I asked my mom to just abort me, but she can't because that would be considered murder now.
Oh my God, that's. I
She
tell.
should have swallowed me.
No, because you're amazing and you wouldn't be here. We all have a purpose on this shitty freaking world. I don't know
Well,
what,
thank you.
but you are good. You're 18 and you have your shit together. You're getting it together. You're getting out there, you're
Yep.
responsible. And I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. Yes, this is my adopted son. I told Garnett I would switch out.
One for the other.
Yes. Alyssa's looking at me like, it was going to be you, Alyssa. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, shoot, we all get. I think back to, when I was young, I used to be like, I'm going to be a vet and take care of animals, and it never happened. So
It could still happen. Don't take that off.
no, I don't want to be a vet. I would cry every day.
I can't imagine being a vet. In all honesty, like, bless their hearts. I cannot. I wouldn't be able to put down someone's dog who's been alive for 15 years.
Yeah,
Oh, breaks my heart.
yeah, or I couldn't be a nurse. I couldn't. Ugh.
Yeah, I couldn't sit there with a bunch of family members around their dying person and be like, do you want me to pull the plug? It would be the best for them. And they're like, yeah.
I would be like, you got to do it.
Yeah, you have to pull it. I can't do this. I need to go get 5 minutes.
Let me go smoke a blunt and I'll be back. Maybe.
Yep, yep.
A lot of people move back and their parents or family here to save for a house deposit or go to uni, etc. It's not unusual. Yeah, like in our culture, like in Mexican culture, it's not unusual for everybody to live with each other because families are so close.
In all honesty, it's a better way to live, like, for your mental health wise, because there are, and actually I did some research on this a while ago, but um living with family members and being around the older generations creates one, it lessens the percentage of the fact that you will get like heart attacks and shit. Like, it lessens that. It increases your happy drug, the serotonin that we create in our body. It creates if your family is all right, it creates a safe and loving environment for children and such.
Say because like if I had a mom like yours, like it would be totally different. But if I lived with my family, I would go batshit crazy. But
Yeah,
if I lived with my mother in law, like which we did, it would be good. But
yeah. But also my thoughts on it is the financial burden that it creates too,
yeah,
especially because here in the United States the government doesn't give a single shit about anyone aside from the 1%. So
yeah, because you work every time you work for just to pay your bills, just to have a place over your head and food and gas. Like there's nothing extra.
sometimes not even enough money for food or gas.
Why is there another car pulling in?
They're here for you, Lexi. I sent them.
Like this is the second car.
Are they black? I told them to come in black. They're coming to get you and bring you here.
It's a black car.
Get her, boys.
No, it's the FBI. They're coming. They're coming for us.
They're coming for your estranged amounts of drugs
Right? No,
and the non-existent children.
you can't have my drugs.
Back away. All I can think of is the meme, FBI, open up!
Right? That's how I feel right now. Oh no, they're just. Aw, Daisy, one of my friends and your mother's friends, she sends me like stuff from Sam's Club, like rice and pasta and stuff. So
Aw.
I didn't know it was going to be today because she just did it yesterday. So that's them.
So it's not the FBI.
No,
Fuck, I was hoping for a fight.
no, it was. I would have ran and hid in the closet somewhere. I don't know.
Become a cryptid. Become one with the peoples.
Right? Like I will get my cryptic on you. Okay, my cryptic.
Reject humanity. Become cryptid.
It doesn't matter. Anywhere. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh no, I was telling the lady. I didn't want to open.
No, it's me. It's all me. Thank you. I know, it's such a pleasure to be around me.
Toxic family definitely doesn't work. Better to do your own thing in that case. Definitely.
Yes.
It's but yeah, like living together, you definitely save money and you have money to be able to do things, with your kids and
especially if there's like multiple able-bodied not really children but adults in the family who are working and bringing in money.
exactly. Like we're thinking about buying a house, but his mom signed as well, so we're trying to find a house with like a what is that called, a full basement, shit uh, like a whole basement, like with a kitchen and like rooms and what is,
Oh, like just so that like an actual house.
yeah, like so we would have the basement and then they would be upstairs, but it would be a huge help because my kids never get to be around their grandparents and their uncles. My brother-in-law, three of them still live with my mother-in-law.
Mm.
So they're just really close, and um, it would just be a big help because right now we don't bring enough money to go do extra stuff, extra things. Huh. What?
You said Mario was
Mario, John, You,
Not Hector anymore.
oh yeah, Hector moved out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, two of my brother-in-laws. But it's just I don't know. Well, I hope that works out.
Yeah, I hope so too. All right, I think I'm gonna hop off. Send me a text because I want to talk to you about something, but
Okay, I will. I will. I'm gonna send it right when I get off here. Thank you for being on panel. You did amazing. You definitely taught a lot. Of stuff that I'm gonna look into.
good.
So hopefully next week, Saturday, we do a little paranormal.
Yeah, I can work on that. I can see what my schedule is like.
All right. Well, even like Friday or it doesn't like night, Saturday,
Yeah,
Sunday.
I would like to do one sort of like the night, get into the atmosphere of it.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, we can get a Ouija board out and candles everywhere and yeah.
Do a little seance.
Yes.
I'll burn some sage.
Oh my gosh, Alyssa is she has like the little what are those things called, Alyssa? The rods and she has tarot cards.
Oh,
So it'll be
you
fun.
should get her some sage because you never know what you're inviting into your house. Also, if you have two mirrors that are facing each other, don't.
Oh no,
Do not.
we do not. And I do have sage and I do it when they're not here because they don't like the smell.
I like the smell of sage, so I'm a weirdo.
Well, no, because I think that's good because if you don't like the smell, that means like you're the evil spirit.
It's
My
not really dispelling spirits. It's more of getting all of the bad energy out. It's more of creating a calmer. The smell of the sage is supposed to help with creating a calmer atmosphere and
yeah,
allowing all of the stress and stuff to exit your body appropriately.
yeah, definitely. But oh, you're welcome, Sixth Sense. I appreciate you being here. We've missed you. I hope that you join us tomorrow as well. We have some things planned. But yeah, I will message you, Lawrence, when I get off of here.
All right.
All right,
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for enduring my voice.
bye. Your voice is awesome.
I sound like a prepubescent teen. Make fun of it. It'll make me laugh.
No, I'm not gonna make fun of it. I'm not making fun of it. I have white sage growing on my window ledge. Ah,
Oh, nice.
that is really nice. I need to do that.
Yeah, I would do that with garlic, though. Fuck the vampires.
Right?
Ooh, vampires and werewolves talk. Yes.
See, yeah, we can have so much stuff coming up.
Yes.
All right. Well, I am gonna get off because I gotta clean. I haven't done crap today.
All right. Have a good day. Everyone have good days.
Bye, Lawrence.
Later.
If you guys have not subscribed, well, first off, thank you guys for everybody's support. We love you all. Please share our videos. Please like our videos. And if you're new here, please subscribe. We have different kind of content, as you can see. Um, and when we get to the 1K, we are going to have a raffle where 3 people are going to win gift cards. We're like 300 or you're like 300 people away. So 3 people will win gift cards to be sent to their email. Yeah. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Sixth Sense. Thank you, Arctic. If you guys are not subscribed to Arctic Fox True Crime, please go subscribe. And to Checking Convictions. If you're not subscribed to Eerie Berry True Crime, please do as well. Their link is somewhere on here. But yeah, everybody have a safe, amazing, great weekend. Remember, be kind. The world is too cruel already. You never know what somebody's going through. And, if you see something, say something. Nothing's too little to report. Also, if you see any kind of bullying on YouTube, I would just report it. We are here to be voices for victims and not for the drama. So, we love you all. Thank you for joining, and we will see you guys tomorrow.